on. Oh, man. What day today is. Let's see who's out here. Hi, Catherine. How are you? Hope you are well. Who else? What's up, Robert? Good to see you. Is Kerry here? I think maybe. I don't know. T-Bone, what did it be? All right, we're here. I wasn't around last week. It was my birthday. What's up, Dane? And we were en route to the race in Auburn last week. So I thought I mentioned to you guys I don't think I was going to be on last week. Tom didn't get the message. So if you were waiting around last week, I apologize. But here we are today. Hot day. I'm going to take it easy if you don't mind. I'm still recovering. What's up, Designs Pro B? Designs Pros B. Yeah, I'm going to take it easy. Still recovering from the weekend. I had a really rough race. I finished, but I did some really stupid things leading up to it with my diet. They always say never do anything different leading up to a race, and I did. And I paid for it. What's up, Brooke? Yeah, I paid for it. So it was kind of rough for me. I had cramps in both quads. Legs were locking up, back was locking up. And that was at the end of the first lap, which was 19.5 miles. So when I came around, I still had another 19.5 miles. So basically 20 miles to go. So I just pushed through 20 more miles, man. It's amazing. At least I know that if I am stuck in the wilderness, I have what it takes to get out. Oh yeah, no. I had I eat bananas. I have a drink called Element, but I screwed that up because we did get rainstorms. I'll show you guys in a minute. I'll walk around and show you Cayman Creek and all that stuff. First race of my 50s. Yeah, it kicked my ass. I ain't gonna lie, but I'm not. I'm more angry with myself, not necessarily like blaming it on anything but myself. So I mean, yeah, it was just what it was. But other than that, everything is really good here at the camp. Tom will be coming back from Greece on Saturday. We'll have a bunch more videos to post and do, getting things ready. Whew. It was good. Yes, it was a nice birthday, Catherine. Thank you. So let's show you what's going on. We'll take a little walk, but I'm not going to go too far today if you don't mind. My legs are shot. So your first things to know, look at the pond. Look at that. We got lilies again. Ed, the pond professor, came over with Thomas Holt, my friend from Holt's Nurseries. And we've got some beautiful water lilies they put in. They wanted to put these lilies in and let them take off for a month. Then Greg, the pond guy, is going to come down and do a video. And we are going to, see how much they grow and see how well it is. Well, the Badiger are currently in here temporarily, which I'm not thrilled about. But, Greg really wanted me to do this, so we're doing it. Hi, there's Frida. So don't worry, it won't be long. He's coming July 8th, so it's just a few weeks. But no, they're good kids. I love them. You see those big green ones? Those are called Victoria, and they have thorns on the underside of the pad and on the stem. I wonder if they'll survive when I put the turtles back in here. Unfortunately, everything else is going to just get decimated, and it's kind of a bummer. But I do have exciting news. I also was in the pond a little while ago. I was stirring things up. I'm trying to get all the sediment up and over into the filter. But we've got some really beautiful lilies, as you can see. It's been a while. We haven't had lilies in the pond in quite some time. So we're doing that. But let me take you over here. You guys remember how dry things were. Oh, by the way, Thomas came over. Check this out. Look at this. One of my favorite plants, an actual tree fern. They're gorgeous, and they get about 20 feet tall. So hopefully this tree fern will do well to keep them very moist. So I've got a drip system on it. It saturates them for over an hour every day. But look at this. I am so thrilled. I think this is cool. So he gave me, I got a couple over here. Look, I got one over here. Okay. So I got one there and I put one in here. So these are going to grow. Hopefully, we'll keep them going. But I'm really excited about the tree ferns. Robert, or rather Tom Holt, is just incredible. Really nice guy, and I'm excited about that partnership. And then over here is another one. This one looks like it's a little cockeyed, but maybe that's because of that water thing. I don't know if I have to prop it up or will it once it takes root, because it's in that root ball. The new ones are going to come up straight, I would imagine. I'll just keep an eye on that. But I'm really excited. Yeah, he's a good dude, man. He's definitely a interesting guy. I like him. But look at the pond. You'll also notice, look at this. I've got some, I put some posts out there. And that is going to be for a new dock. I think I was talking to you about that. So we're going to have a dock. But yeah, the water is creeping up. The water levels are rising. So my father-in-law, once again, the guy's great. I was talking about the turtles, talking about the badager. And I kind of miss having lilies and, things like that. So two things are going on. The first things, yeah, I got the posts in right in time, don't you think? So that was cool. So a couple things I'm excited about. And we're over in the area that things are going to change. I don't know when this is going to happen, but Ed was talking about it would probably be early part of next year, so 2025. But gotta love Ed and Aquascape, because let me show you what we're going to do. We're going to make a wetland just like this. Okay, we're going to do a wetland here. We're going to get rid of this fire pit, of course. So we're going to aquascape this area. We're going to have a wetland that's going to come down, little waterfall. Then we're going to have a little narrow stream, deep, but maybe 3 foot wide. Little stream, little stream, little stream. And then it's going to flow into a pond. We're going to take out this plant, that cactus. We're going to go around this Chinese fan palm. We're going to fill this whole area as a pond, right? We'll have boulders separating the two, but we're going to have a walkway and bridge over the stream to this platform. Okay, it's going to be a dock here. It's going to be a lower dock. Of course, we're going to cut these down, but I just needed to get them in the ground, so we got them in the ground. So there will be an aquascape here. Is pretty good. And I can then take, what I'm going to do is take the fly rivers, put them in here. The badager will be in the big pond. So then what am I to do with lilies? What will I do with lilies? Well, this is a really cool thing. Ed wants to do something unique. Ed said that he's going to build, simply, something called a reflection pool. Let me show you this, where it's going to go. It's only going to be about 2 foot deep, so deep enough for the lilies to do well, but it'll just be comprised of lilies and fish, probably koi. I'd like to start with some baby koi and grow them up in there. So I'll go to my friends down at Angel's Hatchery. But in the meantime, here's what we're going to do. In between Cayman Creek and Slinky's and the croc monitors enclosure, this whole area right here that's just kind of bare, not doing anything, we're going to make a reflection pool, okay? And there'll be a pathway around the pool, okay? So this center area is all going to be a low lily garden, okay, an aquatic garden. And then there'll be a culvert here and a little bit more lily garden here. And then I'll just have a little like bridge that comes right up, okay? So I'll be able to drive over this with my truck because I'm going to have a culvert. And then we'll just terraform it, plant it out. There'll be some reeds. There'll be some trees. And I think like this area. So you'll drive over a beautiful reflection pool that will have fish, but it'll be dedicated to just the pond, just lilies and stuff. What's going on? Oh no, your dog, Lily. Oh no, I'm sorry, Catherine. I just saw that. Oh, that's sad. I'm really sorry to hear that. Oh man, I hope she died of old age. Um, so that's a bummer. I'm really sorry. Uh, my thoughts are with you and your dog. I know it's just the worst to lose an animal. That's sad. Little curly tail lizard right there. Can you guys see him? There he goes. Okay, so look at Fred's Lagoon. I dug a channel here so we could get water into it. I'd say it filled up nicely, don't you think? Look at this. Literally in 2 days, this was full. So that's what's amazing about Florida. There was just two puddles. She passed in her sleep. It's sad, but you know what? That is the best way to go. Sleeping, dreaming of how happy a life she had, you know? That's the most peaceful way you could think of to go. So I'm very happy that she went in such a peaceful way, but sad that you are now missing your little pup. I'm sorry. I really am. That is a bummer. Man. And here we are, though. I just wanted to show you guys just how things have immediately changed with the camp. But the fact that we have such good friends, like our friends at Aquascape, to help me is just huge. So that's exciting, and I'm happy about that. Let's have a look over here. Oh no, look at this. They knocked down their cactus here. Somebody's been digging. And if we go in here, I think we will see. Let's go see this guy. Just hang out with him, okay? They're getting very friendly, aren't they? Oh, look at you. You're not gonna, oh, look at you. Holy smokes. Here, come over here. Don't eat my feet. Oh yeah, that's not food, dude. See, he just went for a bite, so I gotta be careful in here. Gotta be careful in here with this guy. Oh, you guys there? Sorry. They haven't quite figured out. Whoa, he really got you. Hold on. Oh my gosh. I'm getting out of here because I'm in sandals. I'm not gonna lose a foot. I gotta work on this. I've been working with these guys, but they're not quite figuring out what they can eat and what they cannot eat. That is so funny. That is crazy. What are you doing? Huff and puff. That's a cool lizard though. He's getting bigger. But like I said, I'm wearing sandals. If he decides he wants my feet, he's gonna get him fairly easily. But what a cool lizard, huh? Gotta love him. He was just relaxing up there. Good grief. He's beautiful though. I love how he's keeping that little bit of yellow on his nose. Very, very cool. Let me shut this now. Everybody's just enjoying the heat at the moment. All right. Here come the characters. Lots of these guys. Oh yeah, they were out together just yesterday. I had Blake from Blake's Exotic Animal Ranch. Is that what he calls it? Yeah, I had him here, and he did a little tour, and yeah, they were both out for them. So that was kind of cool, and yeah, pretty excited. I'm gonna sit down, guys. My legs are, oh, hold on. My legs are just still jelly. And I actually been riding the last 2 days just lightly, but getting messed up. Yeah, it's a crazy thing. So I wanted to, there's some people, no, I don't believe that. Literally 1 day isn't going to change me. In other words, like one day I'm 49, one day I'm 50, all of a sudden things fall apart. That's not right. I'm chalking this up to my inexperience in this type of racing. I'm still new, and that's the reality of it. But I'm going to let you guys in on a little, oh, is it a song? Okay, I don't know these things. But I when I was a professional BMXer, I was pretty darn good. However, I, yes, I have Lego. I decided, or what is the wording here? Now I'm 50, I can't think. When I was riding my bicycle as a professional BMX trick rider, freestyle rider, I allowed external forces, people, to really get inside my head as a young person, as a young 24, 5-year-old. And I kind of came and did things at a time when the industry, didn't accept them. I used foam pits, uh, which now is commonplace, but back then it was considered cheating. They wanted you to be tough and try your tricks right on the ramp. It's just stupid. I always valued my health and body and trained more like a gymnast in that regard. And anyway, I kind of caught a lot of crap from the industry, like the magazines and things like that. So I allowed those external forces to kind of push me out of the competitive arena. And that's when I started announcing. And I always regretted that because I felt like I had a lot more to do. And so now I'm an adult and I really enjoy this bike riding. And I know this is a hobby. I'm very fortunate that I have two hobbies that I love. I get to do my animals. That is my income, but it's also my hobby. And it allows me a lot of free time to chase the other hobby, which is the bicycles. And so, yeah, you guys know the last few years I've been talking about that. I've been doing it. I need this physical outlet, but I also need it mentally because it all feeds into the mental strength I require to do all the things that I'm doing. Because this is not easy, building this dream backyard and doing what I'm doing is not easy. Contrary to popular belief, not all YouTubers are made of money. I am very fortunate in that I have these great partnerships. So it allows me to do things without needing as much capital. I work on all of these, I work with these brands. Thank you, Pinkosaurus. That is the only thing I can savor or take away from last weekend. That I did break, but I didn't, like my body broke, but my mind didn't, if that makes sense. So I kept going. It was brutal. And I kind of like that because I felt like I was a quitter when I was young. I felt like I quit. I allowed these people to make me quit. And so I tucked tail and I ran. And my life wound up perfectly fine. But now you can call it, knowing that I am 50 and that I don't have as much time in front of me where I can ride at a certain level. I want to make use of every single day. I want this more than anything. I love it. And it's okay to want more than like one thing. I want a few things. I want my family, I want the animal backyard, and I want to do really well at these races. And that's why I do it. So there are going to be setbacks. There are going to be crashes like I had 3 weeks ago leading up to the race. There's going to be mistakes in the race. I mean, I had some technical issues, blah, 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 then what's this? Smarter with your body rather than conglomerate. I don't know what that means. Yeah. I almost drowned in the ocean too, Pinkosaurus. Keep your head above water. That's right. Yeah, there you go. Pinkosaurus, I actually can empathize with you. I have had a similar situation a few years ago in Costa Rica with Tom. That was the closest I came to death. And I think it's funny you mention that because you know how I get. You guys become a sounding board. You guys allow me to get these thoughts out because they intrude, and so I like to get them out. But that is really cool. You bring that out. Oh my God! Yeah, I was in Dominical, Pinkosaurus. I was in Dominical, and we shouldn't have been out where we were, and we went out, and thankfully there were lifeguards there. Don't know how, but there were lifeguards at that particular beach. I was exhausted, caught in a rip, and I had an out-of-body experience. I went under, and time slowed down. I heard two voices. I heard a voice telling me to give up, and it would be okay. Just drink it in, and it'll hurt for a little while, and then you'll be gone, and it'll be okay. And then another voice, female voice, and when I really think about this, who that was, I had a friend, Dawn, and really intense. Now, I don't know if it's my subconscious conjuring her voice or if it was in fact her. But, so I said, this voice, my friend Dawn's voice came to me and said, you gotta keep going because your mother will never recover from you dying. And it's so weird. And what happened was I had enough strength. Once I said, okay, to that voice, to her voice, I was thrust back into my body because I was looking at myself. I was thrust back in my body, and then I got hit in the washing machine of waves, and I got a breath, and I doggy paddled and doggy paddled and doggy paddled. Yeah, was with there. Yeah. Oh, it's crazy, Pinkosaurus. You're describing very similar situations, because when it first happened, I remember we decided we were going to swim back, and I swam back. I was in front, and I turned back to Tom and said, Tom, are you okay? Because I feel really tired. And when I turned to Tom, his eyes were big, and he's like, I'm not okay. And that's when I felt panic come through me, and I squashed it. And I said, okay, Tom, just lay on your back, float, just relax. When a wave hits you, just breathe. But I was absolutely terrified, and that's when the lifeguards, I saw them coming. I waved to the lifeguards. I saw them coming, but in my head, I knew I couldn't stay there because I would drown, and I'd be no help to Tom. So Tom said to go. The lifeguards were coming for him. I got swept away by a wave. I got pushed under by a wave, and that's when I had that experience in the voices. And when I chose to fight, I was put back into my body, and I was thrown around, and I got a breath of air, and then got hit under again, and then I doggy paddled. I could not swim like this. I could not physically move my arms. I had to just do this. And it was so crazy. And then eventually I clumped a big thing of soil, of sand, and I stood up, and I was so exhausted. It was the most tired I think I've ever been until last Saturday. And here's the thing, after that, I kind of had a little PTSD because I felt guilty. I should have saved Tom. Tom was okay. I had straight up, I had been to therapy, and the therapist said, well, did Tom try and save you? And I was like, no. She goes, it's every man for himself in that situation. And I at least called the lifeguards for Tom. And it was crazy. The whole thing was just insane. So yeah, I got out. But here's the thing. Once I got through the little, there you go. So eerie, right, Pinkosaurus? It is. And you're not the only one. I spoke to another friend who almost drowned, and it's the same thing. So here's the deal. That happened. And that was truly the closest to death that I had ever come. And I forgot to tell you something else. When I was under the water, my friend told me, she said, Kenan, you have to live because your mother will not accept this. She won't get over this. And you have to speak to your ex-wife, which was so weird. My ex-wife and I, we don't talk much, but we have a good relationship. We don't hate each other. In fact, we love each other. And we had dialogue, and this is the freakiest thing. So my friend Dawn told me I needed to speak with her. So when I got back from Costa Rica, I called her, I told her the story. And I had, previous to Costa Rica, thought we were gonna get back together. Because she was starting to date a new guy, and I had gotten broken up with someone, this Colombian girl. And we were always had these feelings for each other. So I'm letting you in on some real crazy stuff. So here's what happened. I spoke to her, And she told me that she was decided that she was going to stay with the new guy. And I was immediately calm and like, okay, cool, I get it. Because remember, I don't dislike this person, and uh, I left. I came home, and 2 days later, I met Kate. I met Kate, and so the only reason I needed to talk to my ex-wife was to put that whole chapter to bed. Do you see what I mean? It wasn't to get back with her. It was to put it to bed and be okay with that and move on. And I moved on, and I met this gal who is absolutely the perfect woman for me. We're both from the same part of the world. We're both sarcastic. She's tough. She's sweet. She's smart, She's not low-hanging fruit. And love her and her family. So it was really cool. And the other thing it taught me is that until you're really dead, you better keep fighting. And so that's why I do this thing with the bike. That's why some people probably say, yeah, exactly, Catherine. She does. Dig my dad jokes. But there's one, you cannot give up. You can't give up. I've invested time and money and energy and all this into this riding. And I have to trust the process. And I have to, be an example for myself and these children and some people out there. I just love it. I know I am a reptile channel foremost, but this is a big part of what I do. It always has been. So I talk about riding because it is my martial art. It's my kung fu. It's something I do that helps me feel accomplished, exhausted, physically used in a good way. And yeah, you got to fight all the way because a lot of us give up right when we're about to win. So if I gave up Kamp Kenan when we weren't making any money at all, I wouldn't be here sitting there talking to you and having fun and doing these cool things and meeting these companies and doing really exciting things with them. And I have to trust that process, trust who I am and how I operate in the world and who I meet and how I'm able to, meet these people from different walks of life and companies, and we work together for common goals. You had your life-changing accident first. It was all why me, but now I look at it and I met you, and it's true. It's so amazing, I tend to think most of us talking here on this live maybe are a little bit older and we have a little bit more life experience, a little bit more scars and bangs and bruises, and I think all of those little trials and tribulations and heartbreaks are the things that toughen us up, to callous the mind, to give us also empathy for others. You don't want to get so callous that you can't remember what it's like to have to persevere. So you can be the person that inspires someone else. And it's not about being a person like a celebrity that inspires. I've been inspired more by my father, my brothers, people that I know in my day-to-day life, and I've watched what they've been able to accomplish and get through. And that makes me go, you know what? What I'm doing right now isn't as hard as trying to survive in Dominical and Costa Rica in 2016 with the weight of the ocean, the Pacific pounding on my head, seeing delusions and voices and, real death. So when my cramps kick in, when maybe I know I did some screwed up things, I could easily just pull off and get a DNF, did not finish next to my name, that's when this switches on and you say, nope, no, you are not off the hook. You signed up to go 40 miles today. Go 40 miles. And you know what? I didn't get dead last. And 5 other guys in my class quit. I did not. I have swim in the sea. I have, I just know my limits. I am not the strongest swimmer in the ocean. So I like calmer days. I don't like riptides. And I just pick, I'm a land lover. I'm a bike rider. I'm not a swimmer. Now, Kate is a swimmer. She was a lifeguard on the ocean and whatnot, so I trust her to save me when we're at the beach. But I do go in the water. I still will scuba dive. I still do snorkel. But when it's big and rough, That's not how I want to test myself. I respect the ocean, but I'm not going to put myself into something like that. Learn surfing a bit. Very cool. That's so cool. That's cool. You guys are really a bunch of interesting people, so I appreciate you guys all very much. Thanks for being here and listening, and we have our little weekly commune. What is it? Is it? I don't know if it's a communal discussion. I guess that's it for today. But I'm glad we got a chance. Now you know a little bit more about me. We all have these stories, and we got to push each other and keep on going. That's it. That's my story of the day. So, other big news, I got a really cool call with a brand that I've always wanted to work with, and if I can do something with this brand, I am going to be able to create and do so much work around the property, you would not believe it. And that connection came from a good friend of mine, Travis Pastrana, who's a motocross racer I met when he was 15 years old. And he and I have been buddies. And so keep your fingers crossed. I'm going to have a call on Monday to see if we can work together because it will enable me to do more here. Let's just put it this way. They are tools, okay? It would be like me getting the Iron Man suit, if that makes sense. It's going to make me more productive, oh boy, it would be the ultimate collaboration for me. So anyway, I'll let you guys know how things go. I don't want to jinx it, so we'll talk about it later on. Thank you guys. I'm going to sign off right now, get some liquid in me. Ooh, Catherine, you're very good. I'll talk to you guys soon. All right, guys, thank you so much. And Catherine, pretty good. We'll talk to you later. See ya.